a picture? What are you going to do for a picture? Do you have to have the same picture she does?
No.
Do you have to have the same picture he does? No. And is somebody's picture going to look better than somebody else's picture?
Maybe.
Probably, because I just do stick suns. And so mine is just basically, I might put just something like this, and I might put some flames or something like that, because I can't draw very well. But I can get my point across, but I'm really bad at drawing. But that doesn't matter as long as I know. And then, if I'm worried about what my drawing looks like and that I might not remember my drawing later, what should I do to this drawing so I remember what this was and not just a cute little flower on my page?
Put sun in the middle.
Thank you. I'm just going to put sun. I'm going to label it because guess what? I can remember what it is now. I now know what it is. Does everybody's paper? Now you draw your own sun.
Like on the side, can you put like it has like a big? It's a big ball of fire gas.
Does that sound like something it reminds you of?
Kind of.
So if it kind of reminds you of that, do you think we could maybe put it in our reminds me of section?
Yeah.
So we could include it there. Because we could have put the big ball of fiery gas in our definition, and probably if we had a little bit more room we could have. So we're going to hold on to that one, Kobe, until we get over here. So let's get our picture drawn. A label if you draw poorly like Mrs. Rogers does, or label if you feel like labeling because you want to remember what it is. 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, it's very important. Now, while you're finishing up, think to yourself, what does the sun remind me of? What are the things that come to my mind when I'm thinking about the sun? Does it remind me of an ice cream cone? What does it remind me of? Take a minute, talk in your group about all the different things that it reminds you of. A big yellow ball. What else? So it reminds you of an orange in a way, right? Okay. What does it remind you guys of?
When you said sun, I have the solar system. Thinking about the beach, going to the beach very excited.
Reminds me when I go to the beach and I get sunburned. I like that. I like your connection there. Hot things? A light bulb. That's what comes to my mind. Well, because I use them all the time for my son. What do you guys think? What? Say that again. Okay, so it reminds you kind of lava and fire. Okay, what do you think? It's about the same thing. Okay, anything else that comes to mind? Reminds you of stars. Okay, and every idea is good, and then we'll go through them and see which ones we like the best, and which ones, and we can always take somebody else's idea and we can adopt it and make it our own if we like theirs better than ours. I just love your sun here. It just looks like the most dangerous thing. What does the sun remind you of? Right. Oh, so you're thinking about the flames letting off from the fire and like the sparks and stuff? Very interesting.
It reminds me of that.
It could be fire.
It might cause damage somehow.
That's very powerful. So we're thinking about the power. What are you thinking about when you think about the sun? Say that again. Oh, an oven because of the heat. I like your thinking. I like that because you're connecting and you gave the reason why. Okay, boys and girls, back up front. I've had some great RMOs. I think the reminds me of when you're doing it, you've come up with some great ideas. This group gave me something, what was it?
It was going to the beach and getting sunburned.
Okay, going to the beach and getting sunburned, not moonburned, but sunburned. So we have going to the beach and getting sunburned. So as you hear the idea, if you like it, you may write it down. If you don't like it, you don't have to write it down. Okay, so if you hear Litzy over there say something that you like, you can write it down and that reminds me of. Okay, so we'll go around the room, we'll share our ideas, you write down the ones you like. You should have at least 2 or 3 things that reminds you of. So you have a beach at a sunburn at the beach. Okay, there's one. What about you guys?
Big ball of fiery gas.
Big ball of fiery gas. What about you guys? Ozzy's group, Xavier?
Light bulb.
The light bulb. I like light bulbs, so I'm going to write down light bulb. And I'm going to put, and of course, I'm going to draw a simple picture. And I'm going to put, no, I do because I tend to forget. So there's my very simple light bulb. So I have a light bulb, and what else? What about your guys' group?
Lava.
Lava, and lava was because of why? Because the sun reminds her of lava. But we know sun and lava aren't the same, right? Because lava's kind of oozy and stuff. So it kind of reminds. So if you want to put lava down, go ahead. But put the reason why. And what about your group, Lexi? Okay, so I'm thinking of a star. Okay, so I have a light bulb, I have a star. Those are the things that I was liking so far. And what about you guys?
Fire blasting off from the fire. Flames blasting off from the fire.
Flames from a fire, because like when we saw those solar flares and how they went off, it reminded him of a fire because of the flames going off. And what did you have? An oven because of the heat. And
Maybe hot water.
hot water, why?
Sometimes there's hot water.
So it's the heat that it's making you think of, right? The heat from the water. Okay, so I'm going to put, my favorites are the light bulb, the star, and the ball of gas. Someone else told me an orange. An orange. I like the orange, like the food orange, because, and look, we have the, we have the experiment orange over here. So I'm going to put an orange there, and then let's see, what else do I need? Do I have enough things to remind me of it? Oh, there's one thing it reminds me of. So I'm thinking if I'm a student, and I'm listening to Mrs. Rogers, and I'm thinking about what she said about herself, I'm thinking it's like Mrs. Rogers, because I am the sun. And I am the center of our
Solar system.
Thank you. So I'm going to put on mine, I'm going to put Mrs. Rogers.
Can we put that?
You can adopt anything you want. Now, the only reason why I put Mrs. Rogers is because we joke all the time who is the center of your solar system, and it's me, because I have all you people orbiting around me, okay? And then I'm going to put, I could put a little stick person over here, and then I could, all that stuff. So, anyway, that's our first card.